Consider this: Papoose and Remy Ma, one of hip-hop's most devoted love tales, are abruptly turned upside down by a snippet of video that nobody anticipated seeing. The most bizarre aspect is that neither a hacker nor an inquisitive tabloid revealed the audio. The statement was directly from Papoose. The world is now viewing Remy Ma, Fat Joe, their formerly close relationship in a completely different light after what began as a straightforward cleanup day descended into a full-blown heartache. Let's take a look back. Fans appreciated Remy Ma and Papoose's friendship for years. He was the only person who stood by her side during her prison term, encouraged her to return, and held her down. Conversely, Fat Joe was like family to her, a big brother figure who, following Big Pun's death, assisted her in navigating the business. That's what we were told, anyhow. However, a 2011 hotel video leak from Miami has many people doubting everything. Around 2:17 in the morning, a blurry hotel corridor can be seen in the footage. Remy and Fat Joe pass the camera in close succession. Just them, separated by a few seconds, with no makeup, staff, or team. The two don't show up again in the video until the next morning. And that's not even the most outrageous aspect. An ancient iPad was where the file was found. According to reports, Papoose discovered it when searching through Rhee's belongings, including an iPad. She had kept journals and written lyrics during her parole time. One video stuck out among the notes and audio files. A clip with the title, "7th Floor Miami," and it rocked his whole world when he opened it. According to reports, the iPad has not been used for years. However, Papoose saw something that stopped everything when he played that footage. The video was obviously not an accident. The names on the hotel record, the time, and the location all suggested something more profound that had never been spoken in public. Furthermore, whence was the source of the video? Sources claim that no hotel security breach ever included the hallway footage. It wasn't hacked or stolen. It was purposefully saved. According to the notion, Remy may have stored it for private reasons, or perhaps it was emailed to her once and then forgotten. The metadata, however, is truthful. On April 3, 2011, a tech specialist identified it as a hallway camera in the Fontainebleau Hotel in Miami Beach, but it didn't end there. More details emerged as Papoose continued to dig. Outdated emails, anonymous account messages, and even visiting records from Remy's incarceration. According to reports, Fat Joe entered Rikers Island 5 times between 2008 and 2009 using fictitious identities. Until recently, no one really paid attention to these trips since they were never reported. However, a prison staff member who attended those visits claimed that Fat Joe always appeared tight, and that he was thinking about more than simply support something emotional. The relationship between Fat Joe and Remy Ma may have involved much more than simply music. According to those close to Terror Squad, their connection is tremendous, even passionate according to sources. In the hip-hop industry, where appearance is everything, one former engineer recalled studio sessions when they would leave holding hands but immediately pretend nothing occurred if anyone saw. Much may be concealed by silence. Additionally, there were rumors of their 2006 visit to Puerto Rico, long after everyone else had returned to the hotel. Remy and Joe were reportedly spotted alone on a private boat, despite the fact that the entire crew had flown out for a concert. At the time, everything was dismissed, but now it all looks a bit too easy. Thus, it was more than infidelity when Papoose discovered this video and witnessed Remy and Joe entering that Miami room. It involved treachery and the instantaneous breakdown of years of trust. He refrained from confronting Remy immediately. He doesn't do that. Rather, he called people. He spoke with previous co-workers, the tour crew, studio employees, and even Remy's stylist, who reportedly quit the team in 2012 due to dubious reasons. She said that Joe had an obsession with Remy. She said that if she wasn't present, he would end entire recording sessions. He restored her sense of importance. It wasn't Simply Music, she allegedly informed someone close to Papoose. Feelings were engaged perhaps for years. Papoose eventually made direct contact with Fat Joe. Joe made no denials during their private conversation. He was only saying, "It isn't what you think, Pap, but you don't want to go down that road." It appears to be a disguised confirmation to many. He did not state that it did not occur. All he did was tell Papoose to let it go. However, Papoose is not that type of man. He dug farther and discovered a terrifying 2011 email. It was sent to an account that was then associated with Remy's alias. The text said, "Miami was unique. We cannot continue acting as though this never occurred. I'll do anything for you, you know?" Although it wasn't signed Joe, IT specialists were able to link the sender's IP address to a Bronx office that Terror Squad leased. Online rumors increased in volume along with the murmurs. Hashtags like hashtag Papoose deserves better and hashtag Remy Joe went viral on Reddit forums and Twitter. There were fan hypotheses. According to sources, Papoose only temporarily relocated into the guest house, despite some people even claiming he had left their residence. Remy continued to make appearances on social media throughout the interim. Selfies with smiles, inspirational sayings, and mysterious messages that suggest true love endures anything. Fat Joe remained quiet. The last straw was a second video clip, with the label room 714 full. This one depicted the events that took place within the motel room. A person with direct knowledge of the matter claims that the video began for minutes after they walked in. There was stillness in the room. It's just them, no party, no music. It's difficult to hear to start. Joe's voice then becomes audible. "Remy, are you aware of what this is?" "It was never supposed to go this far," she replies. Everything shifted in that instant with the words themselves and the tone of her voice. There was no miscommunication. It was not a one-time error. I had been hiding it for years, but it was genuine. According to reports, Papoose stopped the movie, got to his feet, and left the room silently. He didn't say anything when he came back hours later, but it was already too late. The truth had gotten out. Someone with first-hand knowledge of the event has previously reported what he had observed. The word got out. Hip-hop insiders started giving clues on blogs and radio within a few days. Old interviews were unearthed by fans, such as one from the 2005 Terror Squad DVD in which Joe declares, "I'll ride for her till the wheels fall off. My heart is there." Sounded like love for a sister at the time. That sounds so different now. Neither Remy Ma nor Fat Joe has discussed the video in public as of yet. Papoose has not commented, but according to insiders, he has been having private conversations with an old journalist buddy. Given that the footage marked room 714 as full, he may be getting ready to disclose more. It could only be the first section. Furthermore, the hip-hop community may never view Remy Ma, Fat Joe, or Papoose in the same light again. Online rumors of vague posts and cryptic captions were the beginning of it all. Someone wrote, "A power couple might be in trouble, and a legendary Bronx figure may be involved." Then everything changed quickly. According to reports, Fat Joe's squad entered complete lockdown mode. Before the videos had even received 1,000 views, they started requesting that sites take them down. It was obvious that someone was attempting to prevent a controversy from getting worse. Remy Ma's social media profile changed overnight at the same moment. Her regular posts on studio developments and Black Love vanished. She even removed a recent piece and replaced it with the simple phrase, "sorry," without providing any context or hashtags. Papaz's Instagram account, however, was unaltered. "Loyalty is only real when it's tested" was the title of his most recent post. No location tags, no references, and no pictures of Remy. It sounded like an unspoken declaration. One 2005 interview came to light when enthusiasts started looking through older material. Looking at Remy, Fat Joe sits next to her in it and declares, "I'll ride for her until the wheels fall off. My heart is there." It was wonderful in those days. Now, that same statement seems a bit too heavy in light of recent events. An outdated podcast clip then circulated. If Remy ever left Papoose, she'd come home where she belongs, jokingly said a drunken, obese Joe. Everyone at the moment laughed. That joke now strikes a new chord. However, the most startling revelation was made by an unnamed producer. They claimed that the entire video wasn't just stored on an iPad. Papoose was prepared. A copy was transmitted to a private Dropbox account connected to a significant documentary production business for parts, according to rumors. Dories is already working on the true narrative, Remy and Joe. This tale has gone beyond mere rumors. According to reports, big beauty company canceled a contract with Remy. Another public relations company withdrew from FAT. Joe's next tour. Legal teams are putting in extra hours behind closed doors, drafting non-disclosure agreements and erasing any indication of involvement. This goes beyond a simple controversy. All of their legacies have suffered greatly as a result. The return queen was Remy. Joe was a legend in the Bronx. Additionally, Papoose represented fidelity. The man who supported his wife through everything, waited and showed forgiveness. Everything feels broken now. According to rumors, Papoose relocated to Midtown. At poetry gatherings, he has been seen by himself without his ring. Remy is remaining silent. Although Joe hasn't spoken either, insiders think he will soon do a live session. And the internet will blow up if that occurs. Did this actually happen? Is currently the most important question. How long has it been happening? This wasn't an error if there were archival emails, recorded video, and rumors about a 2006 boat night in Puerto Rico. For years, it was kept a secret. And that's what's most hurting fans' feelings. Not only is a man betrayed, but hope is also betrayed. People thought their narrative was true. I want to love like Remy and Pap, women stated. Joe was admired by artists. All of that feels phony now. This isn't over if the film from Room 714 is authentic, and if other files, messages, and information are just waiting to surface. Not even close. Did they ever truly love each other? Was Fat Joe only a guide? Was Remy always concealing a second life? The internet is still listening, despite the deafening quiet from all three of them. The next revelation may come at any time.